Welcome back to Que Pasa Nashville. My name is Cristina Oakley, and right now we're speaking to Sandra Sepulveda, who is a council member 30, District 30, and talking about really the growth of our Latino community, and especially your district. But tell us a little bit more, what's unique about your district?
We're actually one of the most diverse districts, and we're going to start seeing that a lot with, we have redistricting coming down the pipeline, and our planning department is in charge of that, and we can possibly see for the first time ever a majority Hispanic district, that might happen this time around. We'll have to wait and see how the maps are drawn and proposed, but we have Haywood Elementary, we have Cole Elementary,
which are the top two diverse and Latino population of those children. So that obviously reflects your district.
Yes.
So big Latino population there. What are your goals for your district? Besides the park?
Besides the park, yeah. So basic infrastructure is very much needed in Southeast, and especially my district. We have old sewer lines that we need to update. We need more sidewalks. We need more traffic calming.
Is it hard because you're from a small district to get your voice heard, or
it's hard because there are multiple places in this city that need infrastructure, and so trying to divide the money equitably and who needs more help than other neighborhoods. It's hard because we're all fighting for the same
dollars. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck on that.
Thank you.
I want to change subject and talk about you're now the new executive director of Fuerza Democrats of Tennessee. Tell me, what exactly is this organization?
Yes, we're very much excited. So Fuerza Democrats Tennessee, we started a pact to have more Hispanic people elected across the state. So right now there's only 4 of us.
It's a statewide organization.
It's a statewide organization, and it is being many Hispanic leaders across the state are coming together because we think this is important. So we're gonna find candidates. We're gonna make sure that we have them running for office in local elections, state elections.
Anything to get them visible.
We're gonna register more voters. We're going to train operatives. We need to build the infrastructure because we just haven't had it.
Well, we know that Davidson County and even some of the other counties, Shelby and other smaller counties, have a large growth of Latinos. And when we look at Davidson County, they're not all newly arrivals. They're coming for professional positions. You, myself, and a lot of our friends that we know have been on the show. And so what do you say? I mean, how do you find these people? Are you just, through word of mouth? These are registered voters that are making a difference, that are working class, that you are trying to train to be in office and represent their communities. Is that correct?
Yeah. So this first year, it's a lot of trying to get people to know who we are, know what our plans are, and get them bought in so they can participate as well. So we are reaching out to community leaders, allied organizations. I'm going to be in Chattanooga on Thursday, meeting with local leadership there, to try and get the word out so we could identify, key people who they believe will be good for future political office.
And I'm just going to read here what I got on your website, which is fuerzatn.org. Fuerza Democrats is a state political action committee previously known as Middle Tennessee Hispanic Democrats, so it's statewide, established to identify, organize, educate, and mobilize Latinos across the state to engage in the political process. That's a very, very good statement, because I think we understand that the Latino issues are far beyond immigration. It's about education, transportation. They are the heart of our communities, and working and children and schools. And I know that based on Nashville Next, which was former Mayor Dean's what we're going to look like in the year 2040, Latinos are going to be the largest ethnic population with, I think, 34%, where Caucasians will be 32%, African Americans 27%, and others being 7%, based on that growth of the children being educated, being legal. That's huge.
So we are seeing a lot of growth in the Hispanic community in the county, in the state, and across the country. I think we have surpassed the African American community as far as it's Caucasian people, and then it's Hispanic people, and then it's African American, and and so on. And so with our numbers growing so much, it's important to have this in place and to reach out. So we're growing very quickly, and we need to make sure that we have people who look and sound like us who are able to advocate for our community.
And what does the word fuerza mean? I know what it means, but I thought I'd ask.
So fuerza means strength.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, yes.
And does it encompass all Latinos, all Spanish-speaking, everybody?
Yes, so Afro-Latinos, indigenous people, Hispanic people.
However you identify.
However you identify. And we know that there are several people who have already reached out to me who are getting in touch with their Hispanic roots now.
Yes.
They might have had a grandfather or grandmother that was Hispanic, and we still recognize them as part of our community. And if they want to get in touch with us and be a part of this community and learn more, then we're going to welcome them with open arms.
And so what are some of your initiatives that you have planned?
So we have a voter registration committee that we have just started that one of our board members is chairing. And so we're going to come up with a strategy statewide. We know we have other allied organizations out there like the Equity Alliance who is doing this in the Black community. We want to make sure we do this in the Hispanic community as well.
So there's already partners and set in place, and plus your relationships that you have within the community that can easily catapult you to get things going.
Yeah, so we have several community members who already want to get involved and have reached out asking, what can we do?
And this is statewide. It's not just Middle Tennessee.
Yes. We thought it was important to have a statewide platform, and so many of our board members are from different parts of the state as well.
And do you find it, I think within Nashville, because I've been here forever, as I mentioned before, my mother's Hispanic from Mexico, my father is from New Mexico, that's where I was born, and you yourself, your parents are from Mexico, you were born in California. It's not that we're not American, or because we are a majority in the United States, but as we look at Davidson County and some of the issues that we needed to bring forth for equality or just opportunities, that's a huge voice that you're bringing to the community.
Yeah, and like you said before, I think it's important for people to understand that yes, immigration issues are important for us, but our platforms involve healthcare, education, safety. We need to make sure that people understand that we're just like them. We just bring a little bit of extra ancestry with us.
Well, and that's the value. I always tell people I'm originally from New Mexico, and the border moved, not the people. And you got to understand that when the border moves, you have to adopt the people, and that's what makes the United States so diverse and strong and everything else involved. As you look at what are some of the events you'll be coming up, I believe you're going to be doing something for Hispanic Heritage Month?
Yes, so we are planning a fundraiser for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Anyone's invited?
Anyone's invited. We are planning it for October. We are logging down the details to have it at Plaza Mariachi, which is in Nashville, and it's
in South Nashville.
South Nashville, and a lot of people in our community know and have been there, and so we are currently planning for that. So we're going to invite candidates, people from our community, just everyday voters. Everyone is welcome.
And in this, I know we have a website. What is that? Fuerza Tennessee?
FuerzaTN.org.
And can you spell Fuerza for us?
Fuerza.
And it's on the screen there, and it's .org, and that's where you can find information about our next fundraiser.
Correct.
And it's really to educate not only Latinos but non-Latinos about our voting capacity.
Yes.
Where we're voting, what issues are important.
Yes, so we need to make sure that candidates and people also understand that it is important to court the Hispanic vote, and not just during elections, but they need to know that our voice matters and that we have concerns and that we also vote. And, that they need to be more involved and listen to us.
I think we also have to educate, being that my parents are Mexican American, and I believe yours are well, that are the Latino face is it's so diverse.
So diverse.
So don't call someone Mexican if they're not, if they're Puerto Rican or if they're Argentinian. It's very sensitive, but there's pride in their country or their family's heritage, whether they're born here or not. But most of these are being born here and are you doing a lot of register to?
So we have plans to register 18-year-olds and up. So we're coming up with the plans. We're planning for festivals and stuff like that. Well, given COVID these days, it might be a little bit harder. But we are coming up with a strategy to make sure we reach the younger voters and instill that need to participate in federal, state, and local government.
And did you find other people wanting to collaborate with you that are non-Latinos?
Yeah, so
it's kind of exciting when you hear stories like this.
So I've had several organizations and people who have reached out saying, "Oh, this is great. I'm so glad you guys are doing this. Let's sit down and talk and see if we could plan, a collaboration of, training candidates together, doing this."
And what about candidates themselves? Are they realizing the Latino vote is strong? Because it's not just South Nashville. We're getting little glimpses of, since it's a statewide organization, there's little pockets of places. Shelbyville has a pocket, Memphis has a, there's these pockets that are very influential.
Yeah, so I think candidates, there are several that have realized that and, are wanting to tune into, our monthly meetings, because we have monthly meetings now, and they have asked, when is the next big event, and so they could come. So we have had candidates reach out as well.
This is very exciting, Sandra. Congratulations in not only being the executive director, not only being a Metro Council female, first Latina, but understanding your community, the needs, the opportunities that sometimes they don't understand or hear about, and giving a voice to the Latino community. It's very, very important. So thank you very much for all the work you do, and both as a council member and now as executive director of FuerzaTennessee.org.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining Que Pasa Nashville. Join us each week as we talk about the opportunities and challenges Latinos bring to Middle Tennessee, and quarterly we do a global show to realize the global population growth here. Join us next week, and we look forward to it. Muchas gracias.